Hi there, I'm TRISTA4PREZ. And if I were Sleepy Joe Biden, I would sue the Republicans for defamation and win. And unlike Sleepy Joe, who says nothing about these effing terrorists from the January 6th insurrection who are still in Congress, I would make sure that Congress held a vote to expel the GOP traitors under the 14th Amendment. 14th Amendment, Section 3 clearly states that no insurrectionist may hold office. So let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of them all. Indict, arrest, expel, disqualify, rinse, repeat. I urge everyone to please call the Justice Department. The number one issue of most concern for Americans is our democracy. So ask what you can do for your country. I'm telling you that expelling the GOP traitors is the only way to save our democracy. This is not a Democrat issue or Republican issue, it's an American issue. 2.5 years after the bloody insurrection, the Justice Department still hasn't made any charges of who were the perpetrators. Instead, they are causing a kerfuffle in Congress right now, sabotaging our country, bringing everything to a standstill if they can, persecuting immigrants and minority groups, cheating in elections systematically. And of course, 160 Republicans took part in the insurrection, so why aren't they held accountable? That's what we need to. You need to call all three branches of government. Get up off of your couch, America. This is no time to be sitting on the fence. And a shout out to the military in this country. You know that if you elect this malignant, narcissistic psychopath, he's going to destroy the Veterans Administration. That means you will have no benefits. Many of you will be out on the streets. He don't care. He calls you suckers and losers and lazy malingerers. Well, I call him Captain Bone Spurs. And put your trust in me. You can trust Trista. I will honor the commitment and service that you have made to this country. Same goes to the civil service. Mr. Assface Nazi Dump wants to be able to, like Ron DeSatan, get rid of anyone who could create some dissent. I'm the only presidential candidate 2024 who is calling for the immediate removal from office of over 160 Republican traitors who took part in the insurrection, orchestrated it with Mr. Trump, who I am the only presidential candidate calling for every day Mr. Trump to be disqualified from public office based on the 14th Amendment. Should have been done 2.5 years ago. I'm the only presidential candidate calling the Justice Department every day, having memorized all three numbers for each branch of government. Calling on the Justice Department to make insurrection charges. Where are the insurrection charges? I'm the only presidential candidate calling for additional charges of treason and terrorism. I am the only presidential candidate calling for the suspension of the Republican Party for cheating in elections, persecuting minority groups and immigrants, and of course the January insurrection. Why aren't they being held accountable for their crimes to this country? I am the only presidential candidate for 2024 who's calling for the immediate removal from office for both Republican Florida and Texas governors, Abbott and DeSatan, and their immediate being charged as human traffickers and for the kidnapping of 49 Venezuelan asylum seekers who had the international human right to apply for asylum in this country. A nation of immigrants. I'm the only candidate calling for their immediate removal from office for their unconstitutional, therefore criminal conduct. They're unfit for office. We must have zero tolerance for fascism in this country. Just say no to fascism, America.